Well, to my North Park Fanshawe community, welcome to Friday, July the 31st. Yes, we're at the end of July, looking forward to August, and I'm wearing one of the new masks made by our very own World Tailors. World Tailors has been able to get back together again, and they are working towards producing masks. You can already go on their website, worldtailors.ca, and purchase them. And we're also trying to arrange for an opportunity to have a drive-through sale here. And so look forward to those. And as all good things World Tailors, these masks are reversible. And so you can have two different versions of the mask that you want to wear. And we'll be using these for a long time to come, it would appear. And so please, if you have an opportunity, if you want to get some nice custom masks for yourself, look towards worldtailors.ca and you can pick those up. Well, again, thank you again for your work this past week in bringing items for my sister's place. A lot of things came in. I think of the one verse, let's not become weary in doing good, for after a time we'll receive the reward. And so many of you have not become weary in doing good. We call out to bring things, and you do, week after week after week. And so thank you for that. There's nothing this upcoming week, but we'll continue to provide opportunities to serve our community. Well, as I said in the beginning, this is the end of July, August is coming, but quickly September comes. And once again, September is one of those times of year to sit back and reflect on life, is it not? As to a new season happens in church world, that happens. And what could your life look like? You know, our lives all took changes these past 4 or 5 months. And how can we perhaps ensure that we learn what we are called to learn? You know, back in January, at one of our family lives, I shared 9 reflection questions. And so many people embraced those and asked for them, and they'll be on the e-news. You can pull them down. But what would it look like if during the month of August, you sat back and intentionally did some reflecting on life as to what's taken place? You know, questions such as, what is the greatest lesson you've learned that you never want to forget from these past first half of the year? How might you have behaved or acted differently if you could do this past 5 months over again? Looking back, what did you set out to do and that you didn't do, and why? What key discipline did you live out that you had significant impact on your life, and what was that impact? Looking on the first half of this first year, what are you most proud of? What were the key surprises, good or bad, that happened? Which relationships in your life grew and which regressed? If you could go back to the beginning of this year, what piece of advice would you give yourself and why? And finally, looking back, what was the overarching theme for the first half of this year for your life? What would it look like if we all chose to step back and not in a sense wasted these last 5 months, so to speak? I hope you understand what I mean by that. But just reflected and leaned in, and what does God want to teach us? And so these will be on the e-news. You can take them off and maybe sit as a family or as a couple or with some friends and try to sort out, what has God have for me during this time? I also want to make you aware that the senior leadership team has been working on some protocols to have some groups start to meet again on site at our 3 different locations. And so stay tuned for what's going to happen going forward into the fall, and hopefully we can get some people together. I think many of us are just missing relationships and gathering together, so that is coming as well. And also going forward, you're not going to be seeing me on the e-news for the next little while. I'm taking some time off and looking forward to that. It's for my own personal reflection and rest. And you'll hear more about that during family life at the weekend service. So hopefully you can take that. But there'll be other people engaging here on e-news. So please continue to open these videos up and hear what's taking place at North Park Community Church. Blessings for this August and the fall ahead. May you really truly sense what God has for you, your family, and your community during this time.